I am joined now by power player Wes Edens, CEO and founder of New Fortress Energy. He is also the co-owner of the Milwaukee Bucks and a co-founder of Fortress Investment Group. Wes, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks very much for having me. Good to see you.
So I want to get into the details of this energy deal today. But first, I think just more broadly, off of those comments we just got from Steve Leisman and the Beige Book specifically, some positive notes, I think, in there about the energy sector more broadly. I mean, we've seen energy sort of writ large rallying in recent weeks, whether it is the alternative tech and alternative energy that's just been so hot among investors on Wall Street, or whether it's been more of the crude complex and the fossil fuels. I want to get your thoughts on what we've seen within the space and I guess how it speaks to expectations around economic recovery this year.
Yeah, I think there's been so much of a pullback, with COVID and all that's happened in the past 9 months, that a lot of energy taken out of the market. And really, as we're in the dark days of the virus right now, but if we get through this in the next couple of months, I think the recovery could be substantial and people could really be surprised on the upside as to what the energy uptake is, and that's what happens to the market. I think it's a pretty good parameter of what we expect to see. So it's very consistent with that.
Yeah, and let's talk about the details of this deal that you announced for New Fortress Energy today. Combined $5 billion transaction. You're acquiring Hygo Energy and Golar MLP. The ticker there is GMLP. It's a small cap, or I guess a micro cap. You're also acquiring these power purchase agreements in Brazil. What does this do for the company in terms of expansion of your footprint and trajectory for growth?
Yeah, it's really a transformative deal for us, Morgan. I mean, we started this business 6 years ago with a mission to bring cleaner, cheaper power to emerging markets around the world. We've built 5 terminals so far, so Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Mexico, Nicaragua. When we look at the world and the countries that could benefit most from this, there's a handful that really stand out, and the top of the list is really Brazil. It's the 5th biggest economy in the world. It's a couple 100 million people. Big amount of liquid fuels that get burned there. Natural gas is obviously a much cheaper and cleaner alternative for it. So it was a real target for ours. And the one power purchase agreement we talk about, we did those independent of this transaction, just happened to come at the same time. But our friends at Golar have done a great job of collecting this series of ports and assets in Brazil, and we had an opportunity to buy them all in one swoop. And it's a big bet for us, but we think it's going to pay off in a big way for us. So it's really exciting.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.